On a sunny day in Windsor, the streets are packed with people, but many still remember the eerie emptiness 5 years ago when the COVID-19 pandemic was declared.
It seemed like a very barren town at the time.
An unprecedented event that brought lockdowns, economic hardship, and claimed hundreds of lives in Windsor, Essex, tens of thousands across the country. And while Ontario's COVID-19 restrictions ended 3 years ago, for many, some habits formed during that time have stuck.
Try to stay away from crowds, crowded restaurants, and that's mainly because my dad's in long-term care, so we have to be careful what we do.
I started carrying sanitizer with me more often.
Do you find yourself using it often, like if you're around someone who's sick?
I try to offer it to them.
We do wash our hands more, especially with the children in that. When we're sick, we learn to cough into our elbows, which we never did before. Masking when we go on long trips, sometimes we do that as well on the planes.
Working from home became the norm, food delivery apps soared in popularity, and mental health became a larger part of the public conversation. Officials with Windsor Regional Hospital say that's something they factored into their post-pandemic protocols.
We have put in different opportunities for our staff to increase their community engagement, increase their wellness. We do monthly events for our staff here, really trying to keep people engaged.
One change that has lingered from pandemic times for some, vaccine hesitancy. The pandemic sowed doubt about vaccine effectiveness, leading to protests and a drop-off in routine immunization since. Doctors say that's a key reason why measles has seen a resurgence in recent months.
We have to have public trust in public health, and it takes a lot of effort to keep our rates of vaccine preventable illnesses low in Canada, and we have to maintain those efforts.
We've seen a doubling in the number of parents who say they're not sure.
A recent Angus Reid poll shows while just 4% of parents were against vaccinating their children in 2019, that's jumped up to 17%. Health officials warn if these trends continue, diseases once considered rare could become far more common. And one of the oddest parts, Ricardo, of this entire pandemic experience was we were all witnessing it through the lens of social media. We were all at home, but yet we could have that glimpse into seeing how other people were dealing with this isolation time. And then when you're just hearing the news, I mean, obviously it was tough for us in this field, right?
It's
reporting on it.
Much like today with the tariff situation, where it's hard to kind of keep track of the tennis ball. It was very much like that, and especially in the early days of the pandemic, of trying to keep up with the flow of information. It was coming so rapidly.
Yeah, rapid information changing every day, but at least, you know, it seems we're on the other side of it. And as you saw in the story there, people are just taking lessons from everything that happened 5 years ago and hopefully living safer lives.
And hopefully we can do the best that we can to prevent another public health crisis like that. Sanjay, thank you for that recap.